Welcome to the 2018 to 2019 edition of the SWIS Campus News. I'm your host, Gabriel. November had been a wonderful month in the middle of the school year, as so many events happened. Let's have a look at these amazing events. At the end of October to beginning of November, our student council hosted the Halloween Spirit Week to raise school spirit around the school over the course of 1 week.
The Halloween Spirit Week was an event hosted by the Student Council to raise school spirit around the school over the course of 1 week. The Halloween Spirit Week was a set of activities revolving around the Halloween theme. The set of activities included dress-up days, raffle trivia, classroom door decoration, and house competitions. This was not only a memorable experience for the students, but also a very successful event organized by the student council members. This event is the very first house competition of the year and marked a great beginning for house competitions in SWIS.
On Tuesday, 6th of November, parents are invited to join the Secondary Division Assembly to hear a lecture from the well-known paleontologist Dr. Miao from North America on Darwin and his origins of species.
Parents are invited to join the Secondary Division Assembly 2:40 p.m. to 3:40 p.m. on Tuesday, 6th of November to hear a lecture from the well-known paleontologist Dr. Miao from North America on Darwin and his origin of species. Dr. Miao, PhD of the University of Wyoming, who is a multiple awards winner for his distinguished research and findings in his field, currently works in the Biodiversity Institute in the University of Kansas. He is also a research associate of the Chinese Academy of Science. Dr. Miao's lecture will review how his devotion from a young age led to the scientific revolution that has changed the world. What inspired you to write a book for teenagers?
I started to write books for children after I published my translation of Origin of Species. I actually enjoy doing it because as a paleontologist who works in the museum settings, I have almost daily interaction with kids. When you go to museum, so there are museum scientists to tell you about their exhibits, their research. So I'm not an alien to tell stories, tell my research to children, to the teenagers.
The PYP celebrated the biggest Indian festival of Diwali. Much enthusiasm. The learning celebrations were focused on how and why Diwali is celebrated.
I'm sure it will give you lots of
PYP celebrated the biggest Indian festival of Diwali with much enthusiasm. There were 2 learning celebrations, one for kindergarten to grade 2 and another for grades 3 to 5. Both learning celebrations were focused on how and why Diwali is celebrated. While the older students were shown videos on how it is celebrated in a traditional way, the younger students enjoyed a short-duration animation movie depicting the story behind the celebration of Diwali. To add more fun to the celebrations, the cohort of Indian students in the PYP put up dance performances on melodious Bollywood music and also performed a skit. Videos from their extended families back in India and also celebrating Diwali in Shenzhen made the celebration seem even more special. Special thanks to the Indian families who took out time to decorate the theater foyer with the traditional rangoli, patterns of colors, to give the celebration a more authentic flavor. And last but not least, food is an integral part of any festival in India, and keeping up with the traditions, the students got an opportunity to taste some delicious Indian snacks. Overall, it was a great learning experience for the students about a festival from a different country.
On Friday, November 9, the three-way conference of the secondary was held in the gym and the hand gallery, where we meet the art teachers. Three-way conference is for parents, students, and teachers to meet together for how to achieve the school year's targets.
On November 9th, middle school is having three-ways conference in the gym and the Swiss Han Gallery where we meet arts teachers. Three-Ways Conference is for parents, students, and teachers to know each other and work together for the educational goals of the school year. On that day, every family has a choice of going for morning or afternoon meeting. Teachers, students, and their parents were having talks, which students were explaining the goals of the school year for each subject, and know about where they did well and where they need to improve from prior to the academic Three-Ways Conference. Through this conference, teachers can be aware of what students are behaving and learning at home. Parents will know how is their child doing.
November is Shenzhen's Literacy Month. It became one of the most influential events in the city. On Wednesday, 13th of November, with the sponsorship of Education Bureau, Uncle Mo, our good friend, the famous storyteller, visited SWIS and gave us a fantastic audio-visual feast.
Uncle Mo visited SWIS on November 14th and gave us a wonderful stage play of the picture book, Peter and the Wolf. He also popularized the knowledge of symphony. November is Shenzhen's Literacy Month. It has become one of the most influential events in the city, and every year the city organizes many spectacular activities to celebrate this cultural banquet. This year, with the sponsorship from the Educational Bureau, Uncle Mo, the famous storyteller, visited SWIS and gave us a fantastic audio-visual feast. It was a great chance to let the SWIS community watch Uncle Mo's performance, and some have already become his fans. We look forward to his visit again with his next production in the near future.
Our school sports team has been very active during November, as they are spending their passion and energy for the SWIS rock spirit.
A new program to SWIS this year. Touch Rugby traveled to their first PRC event of the year in Guangzhou on 10th November. With these players new to the game and it is their first competition, coaches didn't know what to expect. We started off well, despite a few early nerves, playing with enthusiasm for our first official SWIS touch game. It took some time to get used to the pace and rules. There were 3 games during that day. The SWIS touch rugby team showed excellent fitness and structures to meet all the opposition teams. After having one rock runner complete the PRC meet at AISG, SWIS sent 4 runners to compete in the CISAC XS meet hosted by RDF. The relatively short trip out to Dapeng Bay was scenic and the trail was fantastic for our runners. With a narrow trail, the competition was split into age groups and genders. It was a great way to end the XS season. Half of the runners getting medals on the day and all runners finishing into the top 5. The Rocks have always been a top performer in swimming, and last Saturday was no different. SWIS hosted the annual SWISAC swimming competition with 4 other participating SISAC schools, SIS, RDF, BASIS, and GOS. SWIS left most of their opponents in the shallow end, winning 3 of the 4 age categories and earning 120 individual medals. The Rocks won the under 9, grades 2 to 3, middle school and high school divisions by combined 362 points. SWIS earned 72 gold medals, 24 silver, and 19 bronze medals on the day.
So that's the news. Took place in the first part of November. Hope you enjoy our news report, and we look forward to sharing more information with you on our next report.